With solar energy, farmers want to use their land twice. How they reap the double harvest, you'll learn now. Welcome to the booth of GridParity, one of the booths of GridParity. On my side, I welcome Dr. Erich Merkle. He is CEO of GridParity. And Mr. Merkle, farmers want to use their land twice with solar power. How they can use that?
Yeah, actually, we are working in this area of AgriPV since 10 years. 10 years ago, we have built the first installations in Egypt. And there we saw that it's a really great idea to combine electrical production by PV with semi-transparent modules and have enough light to also have agricultural use. And actually that's the main issue of today's time, because we have the problem with agricultural usage of land, which is getting more and more problematic because we have high intensity of sunshine, no water. And also, in order to get more water, we have to do something, desalination, we have to pump water and so on. And we also need electricity. We also need electricity in agriculture for different usages like e-driven harvesting machines and so on. So if you combine the possibilities of AgriPV on agricultural land, you will still be able to have a yield of the agricultural products, no matter if these are berries or peaches or apples or so on. So the yield will be almost be the same, sometimes even higher. With berries, for example, we have examples that the yield is up 10% higher. With apples, similar thing. And we protect the plants from the environment, from the hail, from high water and so on, and from the high sunshine. And we produce a lot of electricity.
So the modules provide shade for the crops.
Yeah.
And
they protect actually from the climate problems like hail and too much sunshine. And they produce a lot of electricity. For example, in many areas, apples are harvested in September, August, September, and then they have to be cooled and stored in a cool place until April, May, because people want to eat apples all year long. But the cost of the storage due to the electricity is getting higher and higher. And here you have the electricity you can use for everything.
Yeah, and in the end for free, because the sun sends no bill.
Actually, it's almost for free, because we have very strong systems which are made of very strong protected steel with a guarantee of 25 years at least. I think our usages will last maybe 35 years. And it takes about 5 to 8 years to pay back the investment. And then for 20 years you have free electricity. And you have all the agricultural use of the land. You produce food for mankind, and this is one of the main issues actually. The shortage of food and the shortage of power.
And you can adapt the systems on the demand of the farmers.
Yeah.
They want to use
actually
machines.
Our company has developed different systems, which you see in the brochure here. Okay. So we have the standard system, which you see here, for berries, for peaches, for other fruits mainly, but we also have systems where you can produce vegetables, where the distance between the poles is higher, up to 12 meters. And so with your harvesting machines you can run through. And we have tracking systems where you can have distances of 16 meters or something. And with those systems you produce still about 500 kilowatt per hectare electricity, and with the tracking, it's a very high yield. Yeah? And actually, there's almost no problems with even large harvesting machines to run through. If you have 12 meters in between, it's no problem.
And the crops need still light. And so I see you use semi-transparent modules.
Yeah, with the tracking system, you always have a lot of light. Yeah, you have some shading, but this is also good for the plants to recover. At noon, you have almost 90-degree shading, because the sun is very high. So it's also kind of good, and it depends on the plants, of course. Yeah. If you have corn or wheat or something, it's fine to still have a lot of sunshine. If you have different plants, you have to see you can lower the distance in between and so on. So actually we have, I think, more than 100 different types of agricultural use, where we already made some studies for farmers to see what they can do. Yeah? And actually here the interest is extremely. We have, I think, more than one or 2 gigawatt of real inquiries for farmers who say, I have 200 hectares in southern Italy, I have 150 in France, and so on. I cannot do anything anymore, no water, too much sun. And I think we have a solution, not only for those countries, but also for Germany, of course.
And the modules you produce by your own, or you?
Yeah, we have our own module production in Slovakia, in Vranov. And we are specializing on double class modules. That's essential to have double class modules, and also to have spacing in between. These are no mainstream products. So if you look around at all the Chinese suppliers, they don't have those modules. Huh? They have to be produced for certain transparency. So we have transparencies from 5 to 55%. Transparency depending on the plant, depending on the sun they need, depending, of course, in the area. So, for example, vineyards you see here in Italy, you can have a lot of shading. In Rhineland-Pfalz in Germany, not that much shading, because the sun is only maybe 50% less than in Italy. Okay, so we have special transparent modules for those areas, and this is our business to have specialized products for each type of agricultural use.
So for the planning, it's important that the farmer knows how much light the crops need.
There's a lot of research is done, and this helps us a lot. In Germany, we have many institutes who do research, who share their results with us, and then we can get better and better. You have to see this industry and this use of AgriPV is a very new idea. We built the first 10 years ago, but then there was practically nothing, and it's only since maybe 1.5 years that this business is really booming. Last year we had a booth over there, and there was an extreme interest already, but it still takes time to get all the permits, to get the access to the grid and all this. Those problems, of course, are still existing. But I think with the cost, we are so low down, so actually we present offers which are almost in the area of free field installations, but with the double advantage that you can have agricultural.
Thank you very much, Mr. Merkle. Thank you for the informations. And if you want to have more information about the AgriPV systems of GridParity, look at the website.